Okay, I suppose, well, we forgot one thing. What happens if the asteroid hits the ship I want it to blow up at the moment? It can't do anything to me, so I think I'm going to just have a look at that now. So if I go, well, I'm already on script under sprite 1, I'm going to have a control, so if when the green flag is clicked, let's have another repeat forever. What I really wanted to do is I want it to be checking to see if one of the sprites hits my sprite. So sprite 3, 4, 5, 6, if it hits it, then I wanted to destroy it. So how am I going to do that? So I think I need a question here. So if it's going to be sensing, isn't it? Yeah, if sensing. So if it's touching sprite 3, which is the first one, then what do I want it to do? Well, then I want it to blow up. Now, what is it going to be to actually blow up? Well, what do I want it to do actually? Maybe if I go to costumes here, I've got some cats here. Let's get rid of those. Let's get it to blow up. Now we can have a bit of fun here, really, because if I now edit that. In fact, if I copy it first and then edit this one, what do I actually want it to do? Now I could get it just to disappear, but that's not a great deal of fun. So instead, I think what I might do is get it to break my ship apart. So what I've done here is just moved that and then do OK. So I'm now going to copy that one and edit that one. So almost like a little bit of animation here. Let's select it. Let's break it up into even smaller bits and pieces. It's actually not easy to do. In fact, what I might also do is just rub out a little bit as well. So let's get it to start to disappear. So the idea is at 1, 2, 3. Now how many do we want to do here? Let's copy that again, edit it, again get it to move, either break up, move apart, sort of the final bits, but to get a bit carried away here really, and also rub out, so I want it to start disappearing just a tad more. So was it 1, 2, 3, 4? I think I really now need to get it to start disappearing. So let's use the eraser on this one. So maybe move it just one final bit out. It's almost like debris. Is that enough? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoops, what happened there? Oh, I've picked that up. I'm going to just move that back to the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've put them in. I've mixed them up here. What have I done? 1, 2, 3. I've really mixed them up here. So that's the first one. So that should be ship 1, then ship 2, ship 3, ship. Okay, that's better. 1. I've held the mouse down. That's what the problem is. And then I think disappear. Okay, yeah, that's good. So I've done my costumes now. So what I want it to do, so if it's touching sprite 2, I basically want it to repeat. How many costumes have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4 more. So I'm going to repeat 4 times. And then in that I think I'm going to get it to switch to the next costume. And then I think at the end, I think I'm going to get it to hide. Of course, whenever I get it to hide, you must always think about showing it at the start of the next game again. So next costume. Now, of course, if I hit the green flag, the other thing I need to do is to bear in mind that I need to get it to switch to costume, the very first one at the start. So switch to costume is the ship, isn't it? So green flag. It's starting now. It's only going to blow up if if sprite number 3 hits it. So there are other techniques to make this a little bit easier, but let's not sidetrack for the moment. Now, of course, it went too quickly, so let's get some control and slow it down just a fraction. So where's that weight? No, I'm sure there was a weight somewhere. Well, there it is there. Weight. So it says next costume and get it to wait, I don't know, a fraction of a second. I'm not quite sure how long. So now if I do the green flag again and hope that one's going to crash into me, well, sprite 3 in fact. Now, a quick and easy way, I can't guarantee that that's actually sprite 3. Is it sprite 3 if it hits me? No, that's just passed right through me. Is one of these sprite 3? One of them's got to be. And it's just missed me. Oh, I'm going to wait ages here. Let's assume that that's actually working, otherwise I'm going to be waiting for sprite 3 to hit me. Is that sprite 3? No? Okay. If I right click and duplicate that, what I can do is I can put that into place, and you'll notice that I can now change this to say sprite 4, and it basically does exactly the same. Let's duplicate that one and place that. It's a bit tricky. No, let's just drop it there for a second and pick it up and drop it there. That's it. Scroll down. This is when you perhaps need that more space to do this. It does mean that when you're playing you won't really see what you're doing. But here I've got sprite 3, 4 and 5. So if it's touching sprite 5, repeat 4 times, next costume, wait, that seems to be fine. And then one line, final one. I'd say there is a quicker way of doing this rather than having it, because this is actually, some people say this is a lazy way of programming. But perhaps I'll show you the actual technique really I should be using is a broadcast, because then it would be a little bit better. Okay, so now green flag. It should be that if any one of them hits me, none of them want to hit me. Come on, one of them's bound to hit me. Come on, come on. Just to test it, because it should be now any sprite. Let's start game again. Come on. Start again. Try to get them to. Oh, that's got to hit me now. Bang. Actually, maybe that's not quick enough. So maybe 0.4 might have been too much of a delay. Let's make it 0.2. So that's now going to double its speed when it blows up. Now, this is the downside of being lazy when you program. So let's try again. It's got to hit me. It's got to hit me. Go. No, missed me. Oh, this one's going to hit me. Okay. Even that. Now I'm being a bit picky here. Now, there are a number of other ways I could tidy this up, but let's not spend too much time. Let's try. One of them's got to hit me. That's got to hit me. Hit me. No. Testing. That's got to hit me. Let's see if that's the perfect speed. It's got to be. Yeah, that's nicer. Okay. Of course, I could get carried away here, but I think what I might finish off on is perhaps an actual scoring of the game. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just create a variable, and let's call that the score. So you'll see that when it comes up just here. So as well as when it hits something, I think perhaps get it to add a score to it. So for example here, if it's touching sprite, as well as got this next costume, maybe have it so that it as it increases the score as well. Now really I should put that into all of the sprites, and then sometimes I think, sure, maybe I should have done this before I duplicated them. Never mind. So now, of course, what I should also do is have it so that when it is clicked for the first time, I do actually want to set the score to 0. Otherwise, it just goes up all the time. So now, when I click on that, whoops, and fire away, I can start getting some points. Okay, maybe 3 points don't seem enough. Okay, great. Now I could spend lots and lots of time having it so, for example, one of the things that I don't like is the fact that when I'm firing and it does hit, the bullet seems to carry on. Maybe I could come up with a way of actually having it so that disappears the second it hits it. That might be a sort of a nice little finishing touch. And then, of course, possibly even have it so that if you've got the time, you could even create levels where you have, even more sprites, but have a level 1 where you only have a couple of asteroids. Then when you've destroyed those, then you have a level 2, and then you show a few more, and it gets harder and harder. But that's the basics of the original Asteroids game. But hopefully it's shown you a few techniques that you could use for your own games.